Listen, when I say this, I mean this in all due disrespect. The way your daddy whooped on your motherfucking mama, put her head in between the washer and the dryer. The only reason she's still here is by the grace of God. The way y'all went down there to that pride and whooped on them people and sprayed them people with bear mace, and then people only still living by the grace. The way your sister baby daddy really whooped on her, and y'all had to go down there and tear that boy down. Some of the shit that some of y'all don't did that nobody ever found out about. And y'all want to sit up here and say that this boy deserved 35 years in jail? Nobody is saying what happened did not happen. Nobody is saying that. What the people are saying is self defense, but that's not what I'm here to argue. What I'm here to talk about is the 35 years. And people talking about some justice was served. Justice was served. What about your uncle that's still coming to all the family events after you don't told your family about what he did to you, and you sit around and shut up and don't say nothing, but justice was served for this? I'm confused. It really be the selective outrage. It really be the picking and choosing when we're going to give a fuck. But what I think the actual issue here is, we are so social media out that we get on the internet and we talk about these things and we spread these things that we don't actually really believe in, but we know it's going to get us clicks. We know it's going to get us views. We know it's going to get us a check. So we get on the internet and we spread these lies. We say the most controversial things, not because it's actually what we believe in, but because it's what's going to get us paid. So when do we start deciding social media over integrity? Because y'all get on the internet and y'all want to say the most controversial things. Y'all want to be the one to really go against the grain, because now everybody's going to be in your comments arguing back and forth. So here's my question: 28-year-old George Zimmerman that got off, what did he deserve? But y'all okay with that? This man came back and sued Trayvon Martin's family, but y'all okay with that? Y'all talking about this boy, justice was served with this boy getting 35 years in prison, but soon as the police pull you over, oh, they after the black man. The system is trying to tear down a black man. Soon as you involved, soon as Pookie involved, they trying to tear down a black man. Soon as it's your cousin, you ready to do a balloon release and walk down the street talking some no justice, no peace. Very people that's saying justice was served in this case with Karmelo Anthony is saying justice was served with Rick Chow and Cyrus. Y'all fucked up in the head. Y'all fucked up in the head, and the blacks that go along with it, y'all adding to the problem. Y'all adding to the problem. Not because this boy, we're saying this, oh, he didn't do it, because the people are not delusional, but he ain't deserved 35 years when fucking George Zimmerman is walking free. A little background for y'all. George Zimmerman went on to sell the motherfucking gun that he used to kill Trayvon Martin. He sold that gun for $250,000. I want y'all to go do some research and look up the gun that killed Trayvon Martin. That gun used ain't worth more than $250. He sold it for $250,000. That's like a what? 800%. Let me look. How much of a, if y'all know how much of a profit that is, put it in the comment. That is a 83,000% profit. 833 times the original selling price. But y'all want to talk about some Karmelo Anthony family is using the GoFundMe to get them a house or all of these rumors online, but this man sold the murder weapon for $250,000, but y'all mad about a GoFundMe? Let me give you a little bit more background. After Trayvon Martin was killed, George Zimmerman wife called the police and said that he was threatening her and her father with a gun, but then the case was dropped because she didn't want to cooperate. But this is public knowledge, right? And then he had another incident with a gun, road rage, with a black man. But he said, oh, the man pulled the gun first. You get all of these incidents with a gun. You trigger happy. But with Trayvon Martin, it was self-defense. But you're so trigger happy with your wife. You trigger happy with people on the road. You so happy to have a gun. You just ready to pull a gun. But he innocent. And this is the thing. And I had to tell one of my friends this that was going through a domestic violence type of situation. I don't give a damn how light your skin is, how blue your eyes are, where you was raised, who your friends are. You are still a black man, and you need to carry yourself as such. And we need to tell this and remind this to our young black men. We need to remind this to these babies growing up. It's okay if you want your child to have a better education. It's okay if you want to raise your child in a better neighborhood. All of these things are okay, but you have to remind them how to conduct themselves. Just because Billy can do it, just because Jason can do it, baby, you can't do the same things that they can do. It's sad, but this is America. You can't move the same way that they can move. Because the color of your skin, you are already the aggressor. Because of the color of your skin, you are already guilty in their eyes. Rick Chow chased this boy 130 yards. Let's put this into context. A football field is 100 yards. A football field is 100 yards. Rick Chow and his son chased this 14-year-old boy more than a football field. Don't piss me off. Y'all finna piss me off. Y'all finna piss me off. They chased this boy more than a football field. If you think he's stealing and you chased him off of your property, once you get out of the gas station, there's no longer a threat. Because he's not running backwards, he's running away. And when they was in that courtroom and the attorney kept asking him, so he was running away. You can tell they instructed that boy not to answer. So he was running away. So he was running away. Right, okay. Y'all chased this boy 130 fucking yards down the road off of y'all property. And after this boy done ran over a football field, he tripped and y'all shot him in the back. It's two grown ass people chasing this young man down the road. And y'all feared for your life? The police told George Zimmerman not to follow Trayvon. And he still did it anyway. But you feared for your life? They tell you not to follow this boy. If you was that fearful, why are you following him? Call the police and go into your home. But you're taking your motherfucking position as neighborhood watch so serious that you're not even listening to the trained law enforcement. I'm confused. You so in fear for your life that after you chase this boy off of your property, you continue to chase him while he's running away, but you're in fear for your life? Okay. Your wife told you that this boy was stealing. And in efforts to impress her, because I can guarantee you it didn't get you no extra pussy. It didn't get you no extra attention. Your son don't respect you any more than what he did before. He's not now magically going to respect the family business and take over after you perish from this earth. That didn't make you no more of a man. That you gunned down this boy in the middle of the road. But you innocent. You followed this boy after they told you not to. And gunned him down Unarmed. So here's my question. Okay. Trayvon Martin was the aggressor. Your wife and your father-in-law was the aggressor. The man that you got into it with in traffic over road rage and y'all pulling guns out on each other, that man was the aggressor. Everybody's the aggressor. It goes beyond Trayvon Martin now. But justice was served in that case. He got off and justice was served in y'all eyes, but this boy deserved 35 fucking years? Are you kidding me? I'm confused. I'm confused. And then to top it all off, to put the icing on top of the cake, in 2026, not 1960, not 1970, not 1980, not 1959, in 2026, they allowed this young black man to stand trial with an all-white jury. I'm confused. Are we living in the past? What's happening? Y'all allowed this young black man that killed a white boy to stand trial in front of a all-white jury in 2026. When were y'all gonna take to the streets? When are y'all gonna say enough is enough? I think my classmate Gina, shout out to Gina. My classmate Gina posted a few days ago because she just became an attorney in New York. I think she said, don't quote me on these numbers, but I think she said around black people make up only 5% of practicing attorneys, and only 2% are black women. Y'all are so intelligent. Y'all are these great investigators on TikTok. But y'all continue to allow history to repeat itself over and over and over and over again. When is enough gonna be enough? When y'all gonna start standing on motherfucking business? When? When? Because it be so funny to me that when some good shit that pushes y'all narrative come out, y'all flood the comments. Flood the comments. But soon as some shit that's not in y'all favor come out, the comments is a ghost town. My coworker was talking today. We was talking about people coming together. And I told her, she was like, why can't we just come together? I said, baby, the people can barely even come together for a potluck. It's too much division amongst the people. Because it's too many people out here chasing clout. It's too many people out here chasing clout, fame, popularity. These are all the same things. It's too many people out here chasing this shit and not realizing. I talked about this in one of my earlier videos. When you have a platform and you have an audience, you have to be careful about what you say because people are actually listening to your dumb ass. Like, I will look in the comments, and I got to get better I'm trying to get better. I'm doing better at not looking at the comments, but I will look at the comments and I will see the person that posted it say, oh, well, I'm getting some good engagement off of this. I'm going to collect a check. The $2.50 that Meta is paying you is worth it. Your cousin been selling drugs for 16, 17, 18 years. Bitch, but free him. He ain't did shit. The shit that went down that you watched your homie do, oh, that wasn't his fault. Free him. He ain't did shit. He don't deserve that time. They sat there in that courtroom and they testified. The prosecutor, they're witnesses. They testified that Karmelo Anthony was told over 15 times to leave the tent. And he didn't. I want you to do an experiment while you're sitting in your home. I want you to say, leave the tent. Say it 15 times. You telling somebody to leave somewhere 15 times, and none of those times it didn't get aggressive at all. These two big white boys standing over this black boy that's sitting down, telling him to leave somewhere 15 times, and you think they said it in a nice way? Oh, yeah, he pushed him, but it wasn't that hard. But y'all sit in y'all house and say, oh, if somebody put their hands on you, you defend yourself. Yeah, son. If somebody put their hands on you, you defend yourself. That's what y'all tell y'all kids. Am I lying? And that's why the first thing that boy said was, oh, he put his hands on me. Why you think he said that? Because y'all say, if somebody put their hands on you, you defend yourself. I've heard people say so many times, don't send for me, or don't say some shit or do some shit and then get mad at how I respond. But he was wrong for the way he responded to being pushed. If somebody is standing over you saying something over 15 times, I got my hand, back up. Step away from me. Could he have walked away? Absolutely. Could he have walked away? Absolutely. How many times in high school could you have walked away? But ain't nobody gonna bully me. Ain't nobody gonna talk shit to me. I'm big dog. How many times could you have walked away, but you wanted him to do what you weren't even capable of doing at his age, that you are still not capable of doing at your big age? You wanted him to do. Make it make sense to me. My whole point is 35 years is insane. It's crazy work when George Zimmerman is walking free, when Rick Chow is walking free. This boy deserved 35 years. And then in the comments telling some, if you do the crime, you do the time. Excuse me? But y'all crying over a DUI. If that's the case, your daddy need to be locked up for crawling in your bed at night. Your uncle need to be locked up. Your cousin need to be locked up. You need to be locked up. The way you tore that child up with that extension cord, your ass need to be locked up too, bitch. At the end of the day, because the day does have to end, we as a people need to do better at educating our young men, period. We need to be better at educating these youth. And people say, okay, well, they removed all of the funding for these mentor programs out of the school. Go volunteer. We need to get out and do the work, not for a check, but because that is what these babies need. The parents are getting younger and younger and younger. The parents are overwhelmed. It takes a community. We got to build these babies up. We got to teach them. All it takes is for you to act. You get out there. Help these kids. Teach them, show them the way to go. If you know better, you do better. Be the difference in your community to prevent shit like this from happening. And if you don't know already, I'm One Saliyah. This is episode 5, and this is the show.